Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stratomatic Baseball Game of the Day, April 9th, 1981. And this is your sports time machine as we'll bring you back to Dodger Stadium as it's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Houston Astros. Well, folks, we're going to have a great day for baseball. And as the iconic Vince Scully would say, that's why we're here to make sure we have memories for everybody today. And just doing some history for me today. And of course, this is a Dodger game. But what more can you have for your Los Angeles Dodgers if you don't have Vince Scully here to help me with the broadcast? Well, as he would say, hi everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be. Pull up a chair and spend part of the evening with us. As tonight, you'll have Joe Niekro on the mound for the Houston Astros, taking on making his 1981 Major League debut, Fernando Valenzuela. You're going to be looking at what possibly could be a superstar in the making tonight. Dodgers Astros right here on the channel. So let's go ahead and get to some baseball here. Here is your Dodger defense. Dusty Baker's in left, Ken Landreau in center, and Pedro Guerrero in right. Ron Say at third, Bill Russell at short, Davey Lopes at second, and Steve Garvey at first. Behind the plate is Mike Scioscia, and on the mound is Fernando Valenzuela. And here's your Astro lineup. Terry Poole leading off, followed by Craig Reynolds. Then it'll be Cesar Cedeno. Then it will be Jose Cruz, Art Howe, Dave Roberts, Dickie Thon, Louis Pujols, and batting ninth is going to be Joe Niekro. And let's do this. First pitch from Dodger Stadium as the Astros take on the Dodgers. Valenzuela on the mound looks up and wow, look at those eyes in the air. Here comes the pitch to Poole. And the pitch is a fly ball right field. Guerrero is there, makes the catch, and there's one out. Here's a shortstop, Craig Reynolds. Reynolds, scrappy little shortstop hitter. Valenzuela, lefty-lefty matchup, and again to the heavens, Fernando goes his eyes. And the pitch to Reynolds. Pop the first. Garvey is there, makes the catch, and there's two outs. Brings up center fielder Cesar Cedeno. Cedeno comes up overall good hitter, has been prolonged by some injuries. Right-handed hitter against Fernando. Fernando looks in, nods. To the heavens his eyes go, and the pitch to Cedeno. And that's going to be a base hit. First base hit of the ball game for the Astros, and it belongs to Cedeno. Here's left fielder Jose Cruz. Left-handed hitter, one of the more underrated baseball players in baseball. Valenzuela looks in. Fernando, we'll see how he can hold a runner here. Cedeno with good speed, getting a good lead. For Valenzuela from the stretch. To the heavens his eyes look. And the pitch from the stretch. And that's a walk. So Cruz is on. So the Astros got 2 on and 2 out for the first baseman, Art Howe. Playing multiple number of positions. Good hitter. First and second, 2 outs. Valenzuela in his first jam right now. From the stretch is Fernando. Scioscia puts down the sign. Here's the pitch to Art Howe. And that's going to ground ball to short. Russell, the Lopes, and the side retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. 1/2 inning of play. Houston, nothing, and the Dodgers, nothing. For the Astros defensively, it's Cruz, Cedeno, and Poole. Howell, Reynolds, Thon, Roberts at first, Pujols behind the plate, and Niekro on the mound. Niekro, of course, the brother of Phil Niekro, also a knuckleball pitcher. For the Dodgers, it's Lopes, Landreau, Baker, Garvey, Say, Guerrero, Scioscia, Russell, and batting ninth is Valenzuela. Here's Lopes. Niekro looks in, and the pitch to Davey Lopes. And that will be a pop-up to short. Reynolds is there, makes the first catch of the ball game. Here's the center fielder, Kenny Landreau. Came over from the Minnesota Twins. Looks to be a good move for these Dodgers. Has good speed, plays good defense. Niekro looks in. Landreau steps on. Here's the pitch from Niekro to Landreau. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center. Cedeno is there. Doesn't have the wheels he used to have. Makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Solid outfield with Cruz and Terry Poole out there. Two outs in the first, and here's left fielder Dusty Baker, 320 hitter, 9 home runs, 49 RBIs on this season. Pujols puts down the sign. Necro looks in, and the knuckleball to Baker. And now be a fly ball to right. Poole will make this catch, and that is it. One inning of play here at Dodger Stadium. This is God's country. This is one of the most beautiful stadiums in the world. Astros nothing, and the Dodgers nothing. We go to the top of the second inning. Of course, last year, the Houston Astros were the 1980 National League Western champions, losing to the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Championship Series, while the Dodgers got into that one-game playoff versus the Astros toward the end of the years. This is a good matchup to begin the season. Here is Dave Roberts, of course, now the manager of the current Los Angeles Dodgers, first baseman today. Valenzuela looks in, the big leg kick, and the eyes to the sky. And that'll be a fly ball center field. Landreau is there, makes the catch, and there's one away. And here's a shortstop. Dickie Thon came over from the California Angels. Looks to be a good-looking shortstop. Valenzuela looks in, looks to the skies, and the pitch to Thon. Base hit Thon, second base of the ball game for the Astros, and it's Louis Pujols the batter. Now, wondering if, let's do some work on the side here and see if we can find out. Let's see if we can find out about him and see what it tells me about Louis. Let's see. Reliable defensive catcher for the Astros during the late 70s, early 80s. Signed certified backup. No more defensive skills. Played a key role for the Astros in the first ever NL Division title in 80. He saw regular action, recalled in 1982. Again, I'm looking for the legacy. Aha. May not have dazzled the bat, but years cemented as a steady defensive presence. I'm now wondering if was he anyway related to Albert? For some reason, I thought he was. Let's see. I thought they would tell me this. Give me 1 second as we kind of go into the archives here. Let's see. Let's see if we can find something out here. Yes, he is related. They are cousins. So former MLB catcher and coach Louis Benevito Pujols is the cousin of the Hall of Famer Albert Pujols. They're cousins. So there you go. We got something for you here. So played in Major League Baseball. Here's Pujols, the catcher. Runner on first and one out. Valenzuela from the stretch. Now, second time from the stretch today. He looks in. To the heavens is Valenzuela to the pitch. And he's thrown out. Great throw by Mike Scioscia. Scioscia down the Lopes. Lopes applies the tag. And there's 2 outs. So Valenzuela did his best keeping him on. The runner ran. Thon went to second, but Scioscia with a strong gun the Lopes and gets him out. So 2 quick outs. Here's Pujols now with no one on. Valenzuela again toes the rubber. From the windup to the heavens he looks, and the pitch to Pujols. This will be a fly ground ball short. Russell's got it, throws them out, and the second inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, a stolen bases is taken care of. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Astros nothing and the Dodgers nothing. For the LA Dodgers, Garvey, Say, and Guerrero, the batter. Garvey, of course, one of the prominent Dodgers here, plays every day. Necro looks in, and the pitch to Garvey. And that will be a ground ball to short. Reynolds, he's going to get it, throws him out. Good play by Craig Reynolds. Not one of the more gifted shortstops. He gets the most, but his range is a little lackluster, as they say. Here's Ron Say, the Penguin. Good hitter, especially against left-handed pitching. He comes in solid Dodger. Of course, this is the Dodger infield that lasted forever. This is the Garvey, Lopes, Russell, and Say infield. Necro looks in, gets a sign from Pujols, and here's the pitch to Say. This will be a line drive base hit for Ron Say. First base hit of the 1981 season goes to the Penguin. Here is a young-looking outfielder. His name is Pedro Guerrero. A 300 hitter in 1981. A solid. He can play a multiple number of positions. He plays right field today. Necro from the stretch. Say leads off first. Of course, I'm playing as the home team in these games. Here's a pitch to Guerrero. And that's a ground ball to short. Reynolds has got it. He gets the double play. Reynolds, not known for his range, goes to second to first and gets a twin killing. So the Dodgers are done. We played two here at Chavez Ravine. 2 innings of play. Houston nothing and the Dodgers nothing. As we head to the top of the third inning. So third inning here at Chavez Ravine. Here is Joe Niekro. He'll lead off here against Fernando Valenzuela. Wow. Niekro, 176 hitter, 51 at bats, a double, 6 RBIs. Valenzuela looks in. Here's the pitch to Niekro. And that's going to be a base hit for Niekro. To the gap, actually. Baker to the wall. Niekro will stand with a double. First extra base hit of the season goes to the Astros pitcher, Joe Niekro. So now here's Terry Poole. Let's see if the Astros play small ball here. Valenzuela now has to keep Niekro kind of close. Doesn't want him taking a big lead. The arms in the outfield for the Dodgers range from average to Baker to above average for Guerrero, and basically standard red light, green light for Ken Landreau. Valenzuela looks in, runner on second, nobody out. Here's a pitch to Terry Poole. And Poole struck him out. There is that wicked screwball by Valenzuela. Gets Poole swinging. One away here in the third. Here's Craig Reynolds. Reynolds popped up his first time up. Valenzuela working from the stretch. Runner on second, one out. Pitch to Reynolds. Got him again. Screwball by Valenzuela, and that is your second out. So now here is Cesar Cedeno. Now what will the Dodgers do with on-deck hitter Jose Cruz? They pitch around Cedeno and pitch to Cruz? We'll see. Valenzuela working from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 men out. Valenzuela with the move, and the pitch is going to be a ground ball to third. Say's got it, throws them out, and the Astros do not score. No runs, a double by Niekro. He's left at second. We go to the bottom of third. Astros nothing, and the Dodgers nothing. For the Dodgers, Socha, Russell, and Valenzuela, the bat for the Dodgers against Joe Niekro in the bottom of the third inning. Niekro on the mound. He so far has gone 2 innings with just 1 base hit. Niekro looks in. Socha, a nice looking catcher defensively. He's just getting to hit a little bit. Tommy likes him. Niekro, the big windup and pitch to Socha. And here's the pitch. Fly ball center field. Cedeno's going to have to get in the gap for it and cannot get it. Goes to the wall, and that's going to be a double for Socha. So double for Socha. So a big hit there, and now here is Bill Russell. Now the Dodgers with Valenzuela on deck. You don't bunt with Russell. Of course, this will be the first major league at bat for Fernando. Niekro from the stretch. Socha, basically a running catcher at second. Not good speed. Here's a pitch to Russell. The idea is to get him over to third. Nope, line drive to Howe, and Socha will be stuck. Here's Valenzuela. Not a bad hitting pitcher, to be honest. They say he can hit the ball a little bit. Niekro from the stretch. Socha takes a very basic lead off second. Niekro not paying attention to him. Here's a pitch to Valenzuela, and that's going to be a fly ball left field. Cruz is going to be in under it, makes the catch, and Socha can't move, and there's 2 outs here in the third. Here's second baseman Davey Lopes. Lopes comes up. So far in the ball game, popped up back in the first. Runner in scoring position for the Dodgers. Runner on second, 2 outs. Niekro from the stretch. Pujols puts down the sign, and here's the pitch to Lopes. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Reynolds throws him out, and we play 3 here in Los Angeles. It's Houston nothing and the Dodgers nothing. Houston no runs on 3 hits, and the Dodgers no runs on 2 hits. Here's Jose Cruz, followed by Art Howe and Dave Roberts. Valenzuela kicks the rubber, looks in. Here is the windup to the sky. His eyes go. The pitch to Cruz. And that's a strikeout for Valenzuela, his 3rd of the ball game. That screwball is doing some nasty moving around. Here's Valenzuela with 1 out to Art Howe. Howe steps up. Valenzuela looks in, gets a sign from Socha. There's the big leg kick and the eyes to the sky. And that's a walk. So the second walk of the day for Valenzuela. He's got 2 walks in 3 Ks so far. Here is Dave Roberts, the first baseman. Roberts steps up, run first, 1 out. Flied out his last time up. Valenzuela looks in, sign given. Roberts steps in from the right-hand batter's box. From the stretched eyes to the sky is Valenzuela, and the pitch. That's going to be a drive to left center field. Baker to the line. It is caught, makes the catch, and Hal had to get back. He had a rope to left field, but Baker ran it down. Remember, Dodger Stadium has the low walls down in left and right field, but Baker able to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's Dickie Thon, singles last time up. The Astros with 3 hits so far, 2 outs. Howell's on at first, led off the inning with a walk. Valenzuela from the stretch. Art Howe, not much to steal. Let's see what they do. Valenzuela looks in from the stretch. And then the big leg kick and the eyes to the sky. The pitch to Dickie Thon, and that's going to be struck him out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Houston nothing and Los Angeles nothing. Landreau, Baker, and Garvey to bat for the Dodgers here in the fourth. Negro comes in, looks in. Again, here we go. We're playing the fourth, no score. Houston with 3 hits and the Dodgers with 2. Pujols with the pitch, and it is struck him out. Knuckleball by Negro sends Landreau back to the dugout muttering. Here's Baker. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. That was the first strikeout of the ball game for Joe. He's given up 2 hits and 3 in the third so far. Negro looks in, gets time from Pujols, the pitch to Baker. Fly ball center field. Cedeno comes in, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's first baseman Steve Garvey. Garvey comes in 0 for 1 on the ball game. Number 6, one of the more famous Dodgers in this lineup. Negro looks in, sign given by Pujols, and here is the pitch to Garvey. Garvey, it's a base hit for Garvey. So Garvey gets on. That's the first base hit for Steve. Dodgers now with 3 hits, matching the Astros 3 hits. Now here's Say. Single back in the second. Negro from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Say. That's going to be a walk to Say, and the Dodgers got 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth for the youngster Pete Guerrero. Guerrero comes up, fans on their feet for this kid. They have good aspirations for him. Grounded out to a double play his last time up. Negro from the stretch. There is a runner in scoring position in Garvey. Say at first. Negro from the stretch. Pitch to Guerrero. And that's going to be a line drive caught by Thon to end the inning. Dodgers get 2 on, but they strand them. We go to the fifth. Houston nothing and Los Angeles nothing. Dodger Stadium. Opening day, April 9th, 1981. This is Stratomatics. Game of the day. Here's Luis Pujols. Pujols will be batted by Negro and Poole. The bat here in the Astro fifth against Valenzuela. Valenzuela looks in, kicks the dirt, looks in, Sosha puts down the sign. His eyes to the sky, and the pitch to Pujols. And that's going to be a walk, the third walk of the game. Lasorda can't believe you can hear Tommy barking from here. But now here's Negro. The bunt is on. You know that. Let's see. They'll bring the corners in if needed here. Valenzuela looks in. Pujols, again, not a great running catcher at all. But Negro is just looking to put the ball down somewhere. Here's the bunt by Negro. It's a good one. Valenzuela gets it, throws to first, and Pujols will move to second. So a great bunt by Negro brings up a tough Terry Poole from Saskatchewan, Canada. Of course, he should probably been the most valuable player in the 1980 National League Championship Series. Runner on second, 1 out, top 5. Pujols in scoring position. Valenzuela looks in, working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Poole. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Garvey takes it to back. Pujols will move 90 feet away as he goes to third. 2 outs in the fifth for Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 2 has popped up and struck out. Valenzuela looks back at Pujols, not getting a big lead at all, but he's getting off third in foul territory like you're taught. Valenzuela from the stretch. Reynolds steps in. To the eyes in the sky, Valenzuela goes. The big leg kick and the pitch to Reynolds. And that's a pop-up to short. Russell is there, makes the catch, and the Astros will leave a runner stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Houston, nothing. Los Angeles, nothing. Sosha, Russell, Valenzuela, the bat here in the home fifth. Negro looks in, kicks the dirt, looks at Pujols for the sign. Sosha 1 for 1, a double his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. Roberts takes it, waves off Negro, and there's a quick first out. Here's Bill Russell, 0 for 1 in the ball game. He lined out back in the third. Negro looks in, the big leg kick from Negro. Here's the pitch to Russell. And that's giving a ground ball to short. Reynolds got it. Oh, he cannot make it. And Russell will beat it out. That could be an infield hit. Reynolds got it, gobbled it, and ate it. He knew he could not make the play. Russell's on at first, and now what do you do with Fernando? One out, runner on first. Do you still bunt? Or do you let maybe Fernando swing? Negro looks in, gets the sign from Pujols. Russell, not bad of a runner. Good. He is a smart base runner who can go to first or third mostly. Negro from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Valenzuela. And that's going to be a ground ball to second. Thon's got it. Russell will go to second. Smart base running. The play to Roberts, and Russell is on at second with 2 outs. And now here's the second baseman, Davey Lopes. Lopes 0 for 2, a pop-up and a ground out. Lopes steps in. Negro from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 outs. Dodgers looking to cash in with a runner in scoring position. Negro from the stretch to pitch to Lopes. And that's going to be a walk to Lopes, and there's 2 on and 2 out for Kenny Landreau. One of the newer Dodgers on this team. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far. Negro working from the stretch. First and second, 2 out. This partisan Dodger fans on their feet. Negro from the stretch. Pitch to Landreau. And that's going to be a ground ball to second. Thon throws him out, and the Dodgers will leave a couple on. We're halfway through here at Dodger Stadium. Houston nothing and the Dodgers nothing. The pitching duel we're supposed to get between Joe Niekro and Fernando Valenzuela has been living up to this Hollywood so far. Niekro's veteran taking on the rookie making his first major league start, Fernando Valenzuela. Cesar Cedeno the batter, 1 for 2. Valenzuela looks in, and the pitch to Cedeno. That will be a base hit center field for Cedeno, his second hit of the ball game. Fernando's gonna have to have a quick base runner on first with nobody out. Here's Cruz, 0 for 1 with a walk. Valenzuela looks over now to Socha. So far, Valenzuela's given up 5 hits, 3 walks. So Valenzuela has not been clean today. He's been a little bit wild. Pitch count is up already. Valenzuela from the stretch looks at Cruz. Here's the pitch to Cruz. And that'll be a ground ball to short. Russell to Lopes to Garvey. One of the most famous double play combinations you're going to find. Short to second to first. 6-4-3. A Hollywood Dodger double play. 2 outs here in the 6th for Art Howe. He's 0 for 1 with a walk so far. He walked back in the 4th. Valenzuela looks in. Big leg kick and the pitch to Howe. And a ground ball to short. Russell makes the play, and the Astros are done. No runs. No runs. A walk, I believe. We go, and no man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Astros nothing, the Dodgers nothing. Niekro in his 6th inning of work now against Baker, Garvey, and Say. Baker 0 for 2, couple flyouts. Niekro looks in, and the pitch to Dusty Baker. And that'll be a pop-up to second. Thon will call off Roberts, makes the catch. There's 1 away. Here's Garvey. Garvey 1 for 2, single back in the 4th. Niekro looks in. Garvey, and the pitch to Steve Garvey. And that's going to be, that's a shot down the line. Garvey will go for first. He'll go for second. And in there standing. So a stand-up double for Steve Garvey. Runner on second and 1 out for Say. He's 1 for 1, a single and a walk so far. Guerrero on deck. Niekro working from the stretch. Say to bat. Here's the pitch to Say. And that's going to struck him out. Oh, the knuckleball by Niekro. It fooled Say. There's 2 outs. So again, a runner in scoring position, Garvey. 2 outs for Pete Guerrero. 0 for 2. Niekro looks in from the stretch. Gets a sign from Pujols. Garvey dances off second. Here's a pitch to Pedro. And that's going to be a pop-up to short. Reynolds is there, makes the catch, and a Dodger double is wasted. We go to the 7th. Houston nothing, the Dodgers nothing. So now we come to the point in this lineup where we'll see how these managers, Bill Verdon or Tommy Lasorda, uses the bullpens. Because now with the traditional pitchers who are hitting, Niekro comes up 4th in this inning. Again, the Astros with 4 hits through 6 innings. Valenzuela looks in, gets a sign from Socha, the eyes to the sky, and the big leg kick and the pitch to Roberts. That's a fly ball center field. Landreau comes in, makes the catch. There's 1 out in the 7th. Diggy Thon, 1 for 2, single back in the second. Valenzuela looks in, sign from Sosha. Big leg kick and the eyes of the sky in the pitch. That's a ground ball to second. Lopes with the play, makes the play. Good job by Davey Lopes. 2 outs in the seventh for Louis Pujols. Pujols walked back in the fifth, and then he was stranded at third. Top of the seventh, 2 outs. Valenzuela looks in. Sosha gives him the sign. Valenzuela with the big leg kick. The eyes look to the sky. Pitch to Pujols. And that's a walk. That same thing he did before. So that's walk number 4 for Valenzuela. So now here's Negro. Does Verdon pull the plug on Negro and let him bat? We'll see. Valenzuela looks in. He'll work from the stretch. Sosha puts down the sign. Let's see if they let Negro bat. They will. The pitch. And that's a double to right field. Negro does it again. Guerrero plays it. Oh, they're going to send Pujols on a 50-50, and he's thrown out of the plate. Mike Sosha, great block at the plate, makes the tag, and the inning is over. So that's a double for Negro. But the throw came from Guerrero to Lopes to Sosha. 9-4-2 of your scoring at home. So Bob Willis, the third base coach, was windmilling the runner home. Unfortunately, Pujols runs like a catcher, and the throw had him by a mile or so. If he was a horse, he would have been shot right dead in the track. In the bottom of the seventh, it's the Astros with 5 hits and the Dodgers with 5 hits. Sosha, Russell, again, Valenzuela. What does Lasorda do with a 0-0 tie? Negro looks in, the pitch to Sosha, and the pitch. That will be a ground ball to short. Reynolds got it. Oh, yes, I mean, bobbles it. Throws not in time. It's low. Roberts going to pick it, and that's an E6. That's the second play Craig Reynolds has not made today. One, he gave up a base hit. This one will be an error, and Sosha is on base. Now we look at things. Now Sosha, pinch hitter only. Yeah, they got Yeager. So Yeager is the default catcher. The question is who is their better base runner if he comes on out, though? That would be a very interesting question. We'll see what Daryl Thomas is. Thomas looks like he's a stealing B, bunting A, plays a lot of positions. Does Thomas come run for Sosha? He will. So Daryl Thomas will come in. Steve Yeager putting on the tools of ignorance. Runner on first and nobody out. Russell the batter. Does Russell lay the bunt down and give, again, Lasorda a tough decision with Fernando? Russell will swing. Pujols puts down the sign. Negro, you know what? Tommy Lasorda says to bunt the damn ball. So Russell will bunt. It's down, and he gets to second. So Daryl Thomas, pinch running for Sosha, goes to second. And now here's Fernando, 1 out here. Now do the Dodgers go with one of their secret weapons, and that would be Rick Monday. And Monday will come in and hit for Valenzuela. Unfortunately, the Hollywood start for Fernando is over. What the Dodgers can hope is for Monday to get a big hit here and get Fernando the win as we go to the 8th. So here's Monday against Negro. Let's see if the Astros make a corresponding move. Thomas on at second. Good base running abilities. Pujols puts down the sign, and Negro from the stretch pitches to Monday and pitches to him. And he struck him out for the second out, and would have gotten hurt too. Second out in the 7th, and here's Lopes. Lopes walked back in the 5th. Negro stays out there. Here's the pitch to Lopes, and that's a ground ball to short. Reynolds makes the play, and we go to the 8th inning. Unfortunately for those who came to see Fernando, his day is done. So now we go to the 8th inning. What do the Dodgers do in this situation? They'll bring a young right-hander in by the name of Dave Stewart. So Stewart will come in. That means they'll need Steve Yeager to come in and also catch too as we go to the 8th inning. So again, we go to, we need a shortstop. Who's the, I put the wrong guy in. Oh, shoot. What'd I do? Oh no. Russell. Ooh, Russell. What did I do, Russell? I think I made a mistake with Russell. Can he play short? He can. He sucks. Oh boy. All right. See, this is sometimes you do things fast and you forget to do it. So Daryl Thomas is going in, replacing him at short. Not the move I wanted, to be honest. So I think Lasorda may have made a goof here. So he went out and told the umpire, but the umpire said, "No, you made that choice. We have to go with it." And Lasorda is mad. Oh my God, his linguini is definitely going crazy here. Astros 0-5-1, while the Dodgers 0-5-0. It'll be Poole, Reynolds, and Cedeno against Dave Stewart. Stewart looks in from the windup. Here's the pitch to Poole. And that's a catch X. Now we'll get him out. Here's the play by Yeager. Does makes the catch. There's one out in the eighth. Reynolds 0 for 3. He needs to make up for his defense. He's given up a hit and gave up and made an error. Stewart with the windup. Pitch to Reynolds. And that ball is deep to left center field. That could be trouble. It's back, it's back, it's gone. Craig Reynolds does make up for the error and gives up the hit by hitting a home run in the eighth. So Reynolds homers, Astros lead 1-0 as Craig Reynolds circles the bases. Cedeno gives him the high five along with Jose Cruz. Astros lead 1-0. And here's Cedeno. So Stewart looks in, gets the sign and the pitch. And that's a ground ball to second. Lopes gets it. Oh, he cannot make it. Into the hole. Lopes knocks it down, but that's a base hit for Cedeno. Astros with their second hit in the eighth. And now here's Jose Cruz. Cruz much better hitter against right-handed pitching. Stewart from the stretch. Runner on first and one out. Here's the pitch to Cruz. And that's going to be that'll be again pop up behind the plate. Yeager waits, makes the catch, and it's 2 outs. So Yeager with 2 quick outs. Here's Art Howe now. He's 0 for 2, walk back in the fourth. Stewart works in from the stretch. The pitch to Art Howe. And that's going to be a base hit to center field. Cedeno will go to second, stays right there. And the Astros got 2 on and 2 out for Dave Roberts. So Dave Roberts now the batter. First and second, 2 out, 1-0 Houston. Stewart from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Roberts. And that will be a walk, and the bases are loaded. Dave Stewart struggling a bit. So now here's Dickie Thon. Thon will be followed by Pujols and then Necro. Bases loaded, 2 out, 1-0 Houston. Houston looking to add a little couple runs here. Stewart from the stretch looks in. Here's the pitch to Thon. And that's going to be a struck him out. Big fastball by Stewart. Houston gets 1 on the home run by Reynolds. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Houston 1 and the Dodgers nothing. So the infield stays the same for the Astros. No moves were made. Landreau, Baker, Garvey. Then you get the middle of this Dodger lineup. So the Dodgers will have the guys they want up here if they want to tie this. Necro stays in and works the eighth. Astros out hitting the Dodgers 8-5. Necro with the windup. Here's the pitch to Landreau. He walks him, so Landreau's on. A little better speed for Kenny. So that could be an interesting situation as he try to go on a 1-12. Baker up. He's 0 for 3 so far. He's couple flyouts and a pop-up. He is due, as they say. He's being held. So if that's the case, he becomes a B hit and run. Baker gets the sign. Does he go for the hit and run here? Let's say hit and run is on. Here's a pitch to Baker. And base hit for Baker. Does the job. Landreau will go first to third. And the Dodgers have runners at the corners and no man out. So Dusty Baker with the runner playing with the hold on. It gave the middle of the infield up, and Baker smashed one right through. So now here's Garvey, 2 for 3 of the double. Big chance for the Dodgers to tie this one here. Necro from the stretch. Garvey waits. Here's the pitch to Steve Garvey. And that's a fly ball to center. This should tie it. Cedeno's got it. Throw home, not in time. And the Dodgers tie this game back up at 1 with 1 out. So with Baker on a first and 1 out, here's Say, 1 for 2 with a walk, and also had a single back in the second. Necro working from the stretch. You can tell he's a little on fumes right now. These pitchers are not used to going all the way on opening day. Necro from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Say. And that's going to be a line drive. That Hal makes the catch and Baker scoots back. And now we come to the kid. Pedro Guerrero has been up a couple times with runners on. He's grounded into a double play, lined out and pop up. Now there's a runner on first and 2 outs. Hal looks to pitch to him from the stretch. The pitch to Guerrero. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Negro. Makes the play. We head to the 9th, just like our opener we had. We may go free baseball. Houston 1, Dodgers 1. We go to the 9th. It's Pujols, probably a pinch hitter for Negro, and Poole, the bat in the 9th. Pujols 0 for 1, a couple walks. Stewart to stay in. Right-handed batters in there. Here's the pitch to Luis. And that's a ground ball to third. Save the throw. Throws them out. Let's see if the Astros make a change here. Although Negro is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles in the ball game. Stewart with the windup. Here's the pitch. And Negro gets in a bat. Wow. Ground ball back to Stewart. Makes the play. And there's 2 outs. So Bill Verdon wants to stay with Negro here. So now here's Terry Poole. That's where I want to make changes and see why pitchers are lasting as long as they are. Now here is Terry Poole, 2 outs into the 9th. Poole's 0 for 4, way overdue. But let's see if Lasorda goes. Let's see what Lasorda does here. Basically can't save a game anyway, so that might mean Steve Howe will come in. So Howe will make his first appearance of the year, opening day. Of course, solid guy, a lot of innings, good pitcher. Lefty matchup against Terry Poole here. Howe from the windup, the pitch to Terry. And that's going to be a ground ball to second. Lopes with the play. The Dodgers will look to win this in the 9th. We're tied at 1. 1-8-1 for Houston. 1-6-0 for Los Angeles. And now comes to the shortstop, who's in this game by a technicality, Darryl Thomas. He'll be followed by Yeager getting his first at-bat, and will probably get pinch hitter for Howe in the 9th. This might have been a one-pitch at-bat for Steve. Negro looks in. Thomas the batter. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit for Darryl Thomas. How about that? The guy in the game gets a big hit. Now here comes Yeager. Monster power versus lefties, though. Not that great against righties. They don't really have another catcher they can go with. Ferguson is only really a pinch hitter, and that is it. So they are kind of down the Yeager here. Can Meister get a little bunting action in? No, he doesn't bunt at all. So Yeager will swing away. Negro from the stretch. Thomas on at first. Here's the pitch. Does he get anything? Nope. Double play ball. Reynolds, the thon to Roberts, and there's a double play. So the Dodgers will probably have to go to their bench, and it's going to be Jay Johnstone. 3 home runs and 83 at bats. He'll come in, try to get a big swing here. Negro looks in, sign from Pujols. Here's the pitch to Johnstone. And Johnstone, right field. Backo Cedeno, way back and gone. Johnstone wins it in the 10th. In the 9th with a walk-off home run. So the laugh is on you. Jay Johnstone, the prankster, comes around with an unbelievable Davey Lopes crowds him. Lasorda comes out. Oh, he's flailing his arms around. The Dodgers are going crazy, and the Dodgers win this game 2-1. A walk-off home run for Jay Johnstone. So the Dodgers will go to 1-0 on the early season, wins the opener. Negro goes 8 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, gets the unfortunate loss. If you're here to see Fernando, you saw an early glimpse of what could be greatness. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Stewart went an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 hits, a run, it was earned. Steve Howe gets the vultured win. He gets the Phil Regan win, or the Dick Raditz win. 1/3 of an inning. He gets his out he needed, and then Johnstone hits the bomb in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Dodgers win the game 2-1. The Astros score a run in the 8th, home run by Reynolds. Dodgers get one back in the 8th, and then Johnstone hits the smash in the 9th to win it for the Hollywood Dodgers. Dodgers 2-8-0. The Astros 1-8-1. And let's go over some quick statistics. Cedeno 3 for 4. Negro went 2 for 3 with a bat, actually. Garvey went 2 for 3. Socha had a hit. Thomas had a hit after coming in. Russell 1 for 2, and of course Jay Johnstone gets all the celebrity pub 1 for 1, 1 run scored, and yes, hit the big bomb home run in the bottom of the ninth inning against Joe Niekro, and the Dodgers win this game by the score of 2-1. Well, folks, let's look at our schedule if we can. Not sure you'll be able to see it, but we'll take a look at it anyway to see what's going to be on tap for the next game. Again, we're playing a game a day. Everything else is simmed. This will be the April 10th, and yeah, I think I've already scheduled it. It's going to be Larry Gura against Steve Stone Pony. It's going to be the Royals and the Orioles. I believe this might be the home opener, or I would have maybe gone with the Royals with their home opener because they are defending American League champions, but no, they have not played yet this season. So their first game of the year will be the Saturday, April the 10th. So next time we're here, it will be Royals and the Orioles. Now let's see what the Sunday, the 11th, if in the future, in case you're concerned or want to stop by. Why don't we do, since the Yankees were in the World, so now they were in the playoffs. Let's see, we already seen the Astros, we've already seen the Phillies, and we're going to see the Royals. Let's see the other American League team that got to the 80 championship. So Sunday's game, in case you're interested, will be the Rangers and the Yankees. A Sunday afternoon finale at the stadium. Danny Darwin on the mound for the Rangers, and Rudy May gets his first start of the year for the Yankees. But the game you'll see next when we're here together, it'll be the Kansas City Royals, the American League champions, taking on the Baltimore Orioles from Memorial Stadium. Larry Gura taking on Steve Stone. Well, folks, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone here. Hopefully, this played well. I'll talk to you again real soon. Please like, please subscribe, and go ahead and enjoy the rest, as this is Stratomatic Baseball's Game of the Day as we go to 1981 season, one game at a time. Oh, shoot.